I never thought, in all honesty, that I would ever feel as excited as I did in 2005 when you won the Ashes on that extraordinary last day at the Oval. I've got to say, mate, I think yesterday eclipsed even that. It was extraordinary.
Yeah, I totally agree. And also, I think the country is celebrating because finally we've got a more famous Morgan than you. I think the whole country will be celebrating
You've thought about that all morning, haven't you?
What a day, I mean. Yeah, absolutely. Well, I've been here for about half an hour. It was an incredible day, the drama, you know, everything around the day. Hearing Who Let the Dogs Out being sung around Lord's, I didn't think I'd ever see that. The atmosphere, the game, the way that the character of all the players came out. Full credit to New Zealand as well. They were an incredible team throughout the tournament. In Kane Williamson, they have an understated captain that generally always delivered, but I don't think we'll ever see a game of cricket like that ever again.
Well, in amongst all these incredible cricket legends are the parents of a legend, Gerard and Deb Stokes, who are Ben Stokes' mum and dad. Now, we spoke to you earlier, Gerard, and Piers had said, I can't imagine what Ben's mum is feeling right now. So, Deb, very nice to meet you. How are you?
I'm fine. Just a tad bit tired, but still can't really believe what's happened, actually. I mean, one of the first things I'm going to do after a decent sleep is to actually watch the second innings again, just to make sure I didn't miss anything during the night. Fantastic feeling, wonderful for England, but it's a pity that there couldn't be two winners, because for me, England and the Black Caps.
You know, Deb, we were talking to Gerard earlier, Deb, about Ben, and what an extraordinary roller coaster ride he's had. You know, he rose to the top of the game in England, and then he had this double whammy, really. But for you as a family to have gone through all the highs and then these terrible lows, what did it feel like yesterday to see your boy basically win us the World Cup?
Amazing, absolutely amazing. Still a bit of disbelief, even once, you know, Sky had finished the broadcast, and just sort of shaking out, you know, what really just happened. And, so off to work today and still thinking about it. And we're just absolutely thrilled. And probably for the first time in a long time, it took my son 6 phone calls to get hold of his mother today. We're normally it's the reverse. And it was lovely to catch up with him and just to sort of be part of him with his teammates in the dressing room. He'd rung, and some of the lads came through to say hello, and it was great. And I'm just absolutely thrilled for all of them, and of course, particularly for Ben.
Yeah.
Gerard, you talked earlier a wonderful line about you felt it was written in the stars.
Yes.
For Ben to become world champion.
Quoting a
Tell us
Tiny
about that.
Temper song.
Yeah.
Yeah, fabulous song. It goes way back. We put a bit of a promo video together for him many years ago, and that was the background music to it. So that song still sticks in my mind as. And when he said that today, it just was written in the stars. Everything that unfolded in that game today seemed to be preordained.
And Deb, you must have had a moment, I touched on this earlier, but you must have had a moment as Ben's mother when he was going through that court case. It was all over the press here and in New Zealand and everything. And then you must have had a moment when you genuinely feared that if it went the wrong way, he might end up going to prison, and that he would actually have been in a prison cell yesterday rather than playing for England in a World Cup final. To see the way that his life has now gone. And I mean, I don't know Ben that well, but I've been so struck by his hard work, his dedication, and what I've sensed has been a real burning desire to atone for the problems that he's had in the past and to show everybody he's a changed guy.
Well, actually, I understand what you're saying, but from my perspective and from our family's perspective, we never had any doubt that Ben would walk free from the court. We were immensely proud of our son and the way he held himself during what was an extremely tiring and frustrating period in his life. Very blessed to know that he has one of the most wonderful wives in the whole wide world, according to us, and we knew that Ben would get through this. We were always there for him. Those people close to him supported him through thick and thin. He had a wonderful team behind him. And I'm not saying that at times it was a tiring exercise because, of course, we're on the other side of the world waiting for things to happen. We, I guess we soon got used to some of the rather strange things that were said not only in media and also in social media, which is to be expected these days. But I can assure you that our son was brought up in the Kiwi way to look after others who couldn't look after themselves, no matter what sort of the situation was.
Well,
And
Gerard, I remember just to ask Gerard about this. I remember at the height of all this, when the video came out of the fighting and so on, and it looked bad for Ben. I got a call from somebody, I won't say who it was, and they said, there's another story here. Ben was defending two young gay guys who were being abused. That's what the real story is. And I went public on that on Twitter, actually, and got a lot of kickback. And then the court case came along, and that's exactly what the story was. And in fact, the two guys that he was defending then came out and gave an interview and said they didn't know who Ben Stokes was. They didn't even like cricket, but they just were being abused and they got defended by him. And Gerard, you were saying that you were proud of your son for standing up in that way.
I'm proud of the fact that he wouldn't walk away from something that he knew was wrong, and that tells you something of the character of Ben. We're never proud of the fact that that the whole situation, how it evolved, no doubt about that, and neither has Ben. You know, like given another time and another day, he might have handled things differently. But in the heat of the moment, of course, these things have a way of just going their own way. But from that, there's definitely been learnings, and I think Ben's taken a lot of things on board now, and he's always been a very, very good human being, but now he's even a better one and can deal with the situations now a lot better than he used to.
Well,
and
you know
I think
what he is, Gerard? And Deb, your son is a world champion. Without Ben Stokes, we certainly wouldn't have got over the line. So
Lovely to talk to you both.
Congratulations to both of you. And thank you for giving us Ben Stokes, because he's today the guy that brought us the World Cup. Thank you.
Wonderful. Lovely.
Okay.
Hi to everybody in Cumbria and Durham. That's fantastic for us to be part of this.
Brilliant. Great to see you.